Hello to all my YouTube community channel, family channel, guys, family channel. Um, I wanted to give you a item that my daughter added on our preps, and I think it's really good. I'll tell you a story behind it. Um, my son was telling me a story. He was at work, and due to that, he's a military. God bless all the men and women in uniform, past and present, guys. Okay. Um, for a young kid, his p's and q's are on point in his job installing solar panels in people's homes, roofs, in the whatever heat. Okay. But they have UV shirts, they have sunscreen, special sunscreens for construction workers. Um, but one of his workers of his team, because he runs a crew, he's a boss for a crew, but he works for a company. And he does the wiring installation um, for the electric fuse box to run solar if you want to run solar or you want to run your regular electric, or bad weather and you have some power while there is sun. And also, there are batteries installed that'll last weeks, guys, weeks. So, but it's expensive, okay? He was telling me one day it was very expensive. You might as well pay your $100 in electric or whatever it may be, and not get solar, because these solars are thousands of dollars according to how many solar panels to run your size of home and your appliances, the power that it needs to run all your home, including to the last lamp, including to your last plug-in. It needs a lot of power. So, guys, he was working this past Thursday, and he's very observant to his workers. And one of his workers was sweating at 6 o'clock in the morning, where the sun has not was out. It was hot, but wasn't 109 degrees. Okay, it was like in the 75s to 80s. So they start wee hours. The owners know they're gonna be there at 5 in the morning to start bringing them solar panels up there. And they're not 100-watt panels. They're panels of 300 watts each. So anyway, guys, he keeps an eye on his workers, as his workers are supposed to keep an eye on him, but all they do is bullshit. And he had to open his mouth. You know how military men are. You piss them off, they're gonna open their mouth. Okay, they're worse than truckers. A trucker's mouth, I don't know which is worse, but he does it in a good way. Just don't do it again. Okay, don't do it again. I'm gonna say it one time, and the second time I am not going to be nice about it. So his other crew workers were under a tree getting some shade instead of doing what they had to do. He was doing his part of his work. Another worker, he noticed that he was kind of fidgeting, sweating. He noticed that something was wrong with him, and he asked him, bro, you okay? And he said, no, I'm okay. It's just that I didn't eat last night. The evening, the day before and the evening, guys. Um, he did not eat. He ate in the daytime, but he didn't eat in the evening. The whole night went through, and then in the morning, I had to go to work. So that's what he told my youngest son. And he said, "Well, why didn't you eat? You get home tired as heck, you're going to eat a horse with this type of job." So he said, "No, So my son said, maybe he didn't have no food. He was telling me about it. I said, "Well, what happened?" He said, "Well, he started sweating. And then he saw him leaning against the wall, down. He said he needed a break, go and get some water because they do have these jugs with waters and stuff like that. They have everything for them. He keeps everything for them. He'll tell his boss, I need this, I need that for my workers. I'm not going to have my workers out there without this, without this, without that." So he protects his crew. So this is what happened, guys. Um, the guy put his hand over his forehead. He was leaning against the house, out downstairs in the house, on the side of the house. And he kept his eye. He went down the ladder. They're all strapped to bungee cords and all of that stuff, so they're not gonna fall because the bungee cord is gonna hold them right up. They're not gonna go anywhere. They're special. I don't know why, but anyway, he said, "You're feeling okay. What is happening with you?" "No, no, no, no. I feel kind of weak, because I haven't eaten since yesterday. This and that and that and that." And my son can feel that his skin was getting clammy, like pale. So, and he's an African American guy. So he told me, "Ma, you know, um, I know already. I have medic experience, um, infantry guy, but we take all kinds of courses. I know first aid. My son carries, guys, you would be surprised at the bag, a backpack that is military style. I got it at Dick's Sporting Goods, just so you know. And they sell these first aid kits. But this thing keeps opening up more flaps and more flaps and more flaps. And when you close those flaps, it becomes a big backpack. Tourniquets and whatnot, guys. It's there. Okay. Plus, he added more stuff from his military experience. He purchased more tourniquets, more gauze, more tape, more this, more that, extra scissors, band-aids, big bandages, okay? This liquid he was telling me about is like a glue. And if they have a wound, okay, you put that glue around it and it seals the wound so you don't have to find any, like we see in the movies where they put some kind of rag and just put pressure on it to stop the bleeding. Well, this glue, okay, seals on the skin like crazy glue, but it's not crazy glue, and it stops the bleeding. And they have it like in powder for. He got the one that's quick and the glue. So he has the various tubes, guys, in that bag. So anyway, just to let you know about uh safety, um emergency kit, okay? You just don't buy one and say, "Oh, I got it." You got to, maybe me and you would not know, but he knows. He knows. So he's gonna get me a couple of things for my first aid kit. Because he said, "Mom, what you gonna do with this? I could do this and that. I could do wonders with that. I worked in your hospital and no, Mom, you need tourniquets." One time he had to use a tourniquet on one of his workers. Yeah. He keeps an eye, very, very close eye. He could do his job, but he's keeping a close eye on every single one of them. Due to the fact that if anyone passes out, he has to answer to his job. He has to make a report. He has to do a whole lot of paperwork because he is the crew member boss of these guys. So this guy was just drinking plain water, no vitamins whatsoever. He's been at the job for quite some time. And but this particular day, he had not eaten since 5 o'clock the day before. And then he early morning, because he had not eaten and he had to go to work. Um, no one to fix him any breakfast, or he had time to do it anyway. Um, he purchased a monster drink, he said, at a gas station. Guys, let me tell you about monster drinks. Red Bulls, all these monster drinks with all these beautiful design cans, and it's just so tempting for you to say, "Oh, I get a little bit of energy." Let me tell you something, guys. As a experience in the nursing field, it contains ginseng, it contains taurine, okay, and one or the other or both are just heart pumpers. They make your heart pump really fast, okay? You can have a heart attack. Uh, it rushes your blood where you get the energy, but that's not natural energy, okay? That is a pumper upper. And if you have studied in the past that a lot of people that take these energy drinks, most young kids, I would say 27 and 18 and 27, they have wound it up in the hospital, okay, with heart problems, heart palpitations, okay, high blood pressure, headaches, very bad headaches. It's these monster drinks, guys. So if you have any young ones that drink these, talk to them about it, okay? So the company ordered some more, which they do have, but they ordered now this type of drinks that I'm going to show you. Powder drinks. I drink my emergencies, right? Faithfully, one a day, sometimes twice a day. And if I go out and I have my jug, I'll put a bottle of water, grape juice, a little bit of pomegranate juice, and then I'll add my emergency in it, and then I'll just fill it up with ice. Okay, ice from the fridge, because now my fridge makes ice. So I told him, "Well, don't he take electrolyte? What happens to it?" Yeah, we do have, but he didn't take any. So what they do is they have these big jugs of where they one is water, pure water with a spigot, and one is water with ice and these electrolytes. Well, normally they don't believe in electrolytes because they hit the monster juices or whatever. So this guy almost passed out, very weak. And my son kept telling him, "You ain't right. You're going to the hospital." And he was like, "No, no, 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 no. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I need the job. I can't be in the hospital." My son said, ain't no, no, no. You going to the hospital like right now." So he called his big boss, told him, "I have this situation. I am going to take him to the emergency room, or I'm going to call 911. We are stopping the work, so call the owners of the house and tell them that it will be continued tomorrow, but I have to take care of so and so. And the other ones, they can go home. Send somebody to pick them up and take them home, because I'm taking the truck to the emergency room with so and so." So, guys, he took him to the emergency room, and the potassium level was down, everything was down, and he was dehydrated, okay? But his heart rate was very high. So he told him he had a big can, they sell them in big cans, uh, monster drinks. It says vitamins and energy. The first thing you see is the word vitamins. You say, "Wow, vitamins." But when you really read into the labels, taurine, and ginseng. That's a killer right there. That's a double killer, right? Double whammy right there, guys. I don't care what milligram. So please do not mess with those drinks or the Red Bulls. Okay. Um. So this is what they give in his job. A You can have the packets and add it to your water jug, or you can have it mixed up. But normally they'll have it mixed, and sometimes they'll just give him the packets in the truck to tag along with boxes and boxes of it. Okay, they never run out of it. If you want to take it, you take it. If you don't want to take it, you don't take it. He always recommends for them to take it. So he listened to him. They gave him two IVs. My son stayed in the hospital until he knew that he was going to be okay. Then he has to write a statement of what happened, okay, and how the solution was solved. So he got a good standard, okay, because he um, took the first precautions from the first moment that he noticed distress. Now, this guy could have been having a heat stroke along with a heart attack because of those monster drinks and not eating any food. And even if he ate food, those drinks are not good for you. Okay. So you have to have your protein. Okay. Protein and stuff that'll keep your system up in these treacherous heat if you're working outdoors. So guys, he waited in the hospital a couple of hours until the second IV. They admitted, okay, his worker, and just for observation because he had the taurine and the ginseng, okay, and also because of the dizziness and the weakness and those two IVs to bring his system back up, okay. So it was two vitamin IVs, right, guys, along with potassium. And guys, I had potassium IVs in the past, two bags. You don't know. I don't wish that upon anybody. So I can imagine when he told me potassium, I said, ooh. He said, "Ma, he was crying." I said, "I know." So they admitted him, and the next day, my son, during the night, he checked up, called him up. Um, the next day, he went, gave him a visit. Okay, if he was doing okay, because they were off the next day, was July the 4th. He went to the hospital to check up on him, and the guy said, "You know what? You are a good worker. No employee would come visit or worry like my son did." And that's not the first time. Different situation that someone worried he could have died. He could have passed out and had a heat stroke or whatever. And my son did not let that happen. He acted quickly, and he went to visit him. He stayed with him, okay, till the second IV. They admitted the worker, and the next day he went to visit him to see how he was doing. So they were gonna release him. He was doing much better, and they gave him instructions on the heat. The only time they listen is when they hear it from the doctor, instead of knowing from others. And they were trained at the job to take their vitamins, okay, and use those UV shirts along with the UV spray. Is for construction workers. Um, he said he was going to get me a can. Um, you put it on your face all over your body, and then you put the UV shirt. A lot of people wear it. You'll be like, why are they wearing long sleeves? Oh my God, it's so hot out here. But what people don't know is that those shirts are UV shirts. The UV 50 something. Uh, they keep the UV and UVA rays from going to your skin. They don't go past your shirt. And for extra protection, you have to go to work at a job like that, or you're going out to run errands in the middle of the day. Then you get naked and you spray all over your body. And then you get dressed and you get a UV shirt to protect yourself. If not, you're okay. You can wear a t-shirt, but use a good UV spray. And he told me all those sprays you see on the market, on the stores, that stuff is no good. This is for construction workers, and this is what you should use. It's clear, okay? It stays like a oily. I mean, this is lotion, but it stays like oily on your skin. Even if you have a shirt on, it does not rub off. But it's like oily, but it dries in a way. It's just hard to tell. No stains, nothing. And that is what construction workers and outdoor workers use. But they have to order it on their own if the company doesn't supply. So people buy banana bone. I don't know what other ones. The one I use, copper tone, whatever. They're no good, guys. They're no good. So just to let you know that I'm gonna give you the name of the one that they use, and he's gonna bring me a can, okay? And then he ordered some to bring to me so I can have whenever I have to go out. And you don't have to be in the house afraid of the sun. You put a hat, just spray yourself with that. You got a couple of UV shirts that he got for me, and get out there. Get out there. You're gonna feel a little bit of heat here and there, but you're gonna be well protected from the sun. So this is a drink, guys. Please order it. It's the Body Armor Flash IV, okay? And it's 12 packets, and it's three times, has vitamins, okay? Has vitamins. And I believe that is three times um, what a regular a Pedialyte bottle would have, okay? So let's see where it is. It's a higher. It's keto friendly. There's no caffeine, okay, and zero sugar. What it has? Potassium chloride, electrolyte, uh, magnesium, tropical punch flavor. They have other flavors: coconut water, vitamin B3, zinc oxide, which is another electrolyte, vitamin C, and peroxidine hydrochloride, which is B6. If you have high blood pressure, guys, or the heat will make your blood pressure go up, B6 is like a water pill, okay? It'll make you urinate a lot when you drink a lot of water because flushing is salt out, okay? So that's what vitamin B6 actually does, okay, guys? And then it has a beta carotene and vitamin B12, which gives you a little boost of energy. But this is the uh, three times the regular Pedialyte would have. Okay, three times, guys. Look at the numbers. Google up Pedialyte and see if you have those numbers and you have these vitamins. Okay, guys? And that's a fast IV to keep you going. Okay? So your body doesn't dehydrate. So it's very important to be hydrated in heat. Okay, in heat. And if you start sweating out of a sudden, um, all of a sudden, uh, get checked out. You might be dehydrated. Oh, he told me that the guy was screaming because his arms were cramping, his feet was cramping, and his fingers were cramping and hurting. I was like, "What?" I say, "What?" Because that happened to me when I had even last year when I went on the cruise with them. Not last year, the year before that. They took me on a cruise for my birthday. My youngest ones again, yeah, my daughter and my youngest one, his fiance. Remember on the cruise? Um, my potassium was low, and the doctor did my physical exam before I went on the cruise. And I told him, "Why don't you just send me to the hospital and get the IV, and that way it'll be regulated." He's like, "No, I'm gonna give you the pill." I was taking them darn pills for like 2 months before it got to normal. You know, even if I had to cry and scream and whatnot out there in the ER, I didn't care. But at least I would have all the potassium in the. But he said then I was gonna be in the heat, this and that. I would get dehydrated. Take the pills to come back. And when I came back, it was normalized. But due to the heat here, it was a little low. So the doctor here told me to still take them. Okay, still take them for like a month, and then he'll do my blood work again. So it seems like I'm always gonna have. So he also told me Tropicana juice, not every orange juice, because it's just loaded with sugar and watered down and whatnot. Tropicana orange juice is loaded with potassium. So try to take at least a glass or two a day. Or put it in your jug. He always sees me with the jug. Put it in your jug with some water. Drink it down. So I said, okay, I'll do that. So guys, uh, potatoes, okay? Potatoes are loaded with, there's a lot of foods loaded with potassium. So look into that also, okay, guys? Look into that. And I hope this serves as a good tip, okay? It's the Body Armor Flash IV. They come in different flavors, okay, guys? So check out and see. And one thing that I did experience, at that time, when I had the IVs, I was tired. I just wanted to sleep. I just felt so weak. So if you feel that weakness and tiredness, go get checked out ASAP. But this guy was screaming. He said, "Ma," he was screaming. And I was asking, he said that it hurted here. And my son thought he was having a heart attack. And he's running after the nurses and the doctors. It's the cramping. The loss of potassium and electrolytes in your body will make your body cramp. So he ordered a big bag of this same thing, okay? And he didn't know that it was the same thing. It's just that the other bag was Body Armor Flash IV, and it explained cramping. This one doesn't explain cramping, but the one he ordered in a big bag envelopes, just so that he can have it, to make sure that he takes one every day until he gets paid and orders a bag. So these are envelopes that you could put into your water jug, mix it with whatever, just take it, okay? It tastes really good. I had one today. I bought it for my daughter. And if I have to go out in the street, I will, going to be all day out like today, half a day, couple of hours. I definitely put one into my jug, okay? And then my son has, so he always hooks up his jug. And he's a Tropicana freak just like I am. Even when he was little, he loved Tropicana juice. So he gets tired too, even though he drinks all that stuff and men's vitamins. Guys, I could see his face like he is so tired. He just wants to, He got to get up at 4 in the morning, so he can't be in bed late. Okay, and he is the brains to everything there at work. So guys, I know it's 15, only 15 sticks, but it's worth. Okay, I don't know what it cost. My daughter bought it. My son ordered some. I don't know what the price of it is, but it's worth it. Okay, unless you find a better deal, but don't get no substitute. The IV is triple the amount of Pedialyte. Okay, guys. So the job supplies him with him, and he makes sure that he has at home for his outing because he goes fishing on his days off. Not even on his days off. My son will come out of work tired as heck. He'll see a pond, a big. He will get out of his vehicle. His fishing pole's always with him. The bag with everything that he cuts, and grabs the fish and puts them back in the water because he don't take it home. But it's just the fun of military life before, just having that relaxation. It's relaxing. Try fishing. It's relaxing. Okay. So he showed me where the downtown is. There's a pier. There's a boardwalk. I didn't know where it was. He showed me another place. Don't even ask me what the name of it is or how to get there. I don't know. I just took a screenshot of something, and I'll Google it. Yeah, guys. So this has a lot of 700 milligrams of potassium, chloride, calcium, magnesium, immune support, zinc, vitamin B and C, and coconut water. Coconut water is very good. Our next outing is going to be a flea market where they have fruits and vegetables fresh from farmers. That's where he buys fruits and vegetables from local farmers. He said, I don't buy them at the store anymore. Okay, and he is well, he'll eat pizza and he'll eat rice and beans and this and that, but he cut down on carbs and more of vegetables. So what do you call it? Vegetarian? More of vegetables. Okay, yeah, and chicken breast. Because he says I know chicken breast. Okay, no red meat because he don't know where that red meat's coming from. He knows more than I do. Okay, so guys, oh, there it is. Okay, guys, get it if you get it, and stack up on it because if we ever have an emergency, um, this is a good source. Okay, to maintain your body if you are restricted of food. Okay, you're not having one thing or the other. So be safe, guys. Play it safe. Listen carefully and look around you. Okay, look around you, and you know which way we're gonna be headed. Downhill. Okay, for the next year, or I don't know, guys. I don't know, but to me it doesn't look too good. But anyway, my son was able to save a life. Okay, and this is not the first time. The other time was the neighbor in the house next door where they were installing solar panels. Um, got up on a ladder to see what they were doing on that, to see if he wanted to do the same thing to his house. And that ladder went whoop, and the ladder fell on top of the guy's uh, hand and broke a bone. Broke a bone, he said, around here. So my son ran down, saw him laying on the floor screaming. He ran down to went down with the bungee cords, disconnected the bungee straps, and that guy needed a tourniquet. So my son went and got his bag, put a tourniquet, okay, wrapped it. He got some kind of certificate for that. And I know sometimes you're afraid to touch people because you don't know them. But damn, if it was you, you want some help, right? So he did. He did what he had to do. He did what he knew because every military guy knows about medics. Okay, they know about medics. So he got a big bag. He don't go nowhere without that bag, guys. Okay, nowhere without that bag. He said, "You don't never know what you're gonna run the street, and you're gonna need help." Okay, you could run into anything. It could be right up under your nose. And look, it's true. Okay, I do the same thing, but I don't have a big one like he does. Okay, so with the cramping of his worker, by the time the nurse got back, he had a box knife, and he cut up the shirt. Okay, so that they could put the hard things, but it wasn't his heart, guys. It was the cramping. He said he had cramping on the toes that were cramping up. He felt his toes were cramping up. His hands were some of his fingers were cramping up. They thought he was having a stroke, a heat stroke. It wasn't a heat stroke. His potassium was very low, that it caused cramping. And I remember when he told me that, I said, "Holy crap!" When I had my potassium IVs, I had cramping, but also I was sleepy and tired. Okay, but I did have cramping every now and then, like when I went to bed. Sometimes my toes would be like, ooh, ow, and I had to rub Vicks, Bengay, whatever I had. The doctor gave me muscle relaxers to relax my muscles. And then later go on for blood work 2 weeks later. And that's where he discovered that my potassium was low. So he gave me the pills, and I was able to go and travel to the cruise. Otherwise, I would have not been able to join my kids that they paid a cruise for us to go, because again it was my birthday. Okay, my youngest one and my daughter, we flew out here for that cruise, which I thought I would never ever get on a ship. I got on that one, but that don't mean I'm gonna get into another one. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I hope you learned something from this video, guys. But besides food, make sure you have hydration. Okay, this is actually what the islands need down there due to the hurricane is hydration, water, and some boost with some real um, vitamins and electrolytes, guys. It's so sad. It's so sad. But they will be receiving help. But then again, how many days you have to go with hunger before you receive help? That's the question right there, guys. Especially if you have children. So, like I say, if you have a suitcase and you vacuum seal your stuff, okay, I think you will have something to survive. Okay. And if a devastation was coming this way and I had, let's say, perishable food, I would put the grill right in the hallway, just feed everybody who comes by. Because instead of me throwing it in the garbage, I'd rather just throw it all in a grill, okay, whatever's in there, and just invite the neighborhood to come and get a bite, because you don't know when you're going to get your next bite. But I'm going to make sure that I have my suitcase in my van. Oh yeah, first thing I'm going to roll down, and I do have water down there. Oh yeah. And the first thing I'm going to do is put that suitcase of non-perishable, at least quite some, and my bag with my important documents and my medication. Okay. Yeah. So guys, thank you for listening. I hope it, you learn something from it. It'll make you think. It'll make you sit down and really think, guys. All right. Because material things you can always replace if you were in that predicament. I can't say I'm not gonna be in, because hurricane season is blowing up a mile a minute. You don't know one day from the next. Okay. So guys, thank you for watching. Hope you have a good night. And I'm gonna have two beautiful videos for you next time. Actually, they're gonna be loading up tonight. Maybe in the morning you'll get them. I don't know. But enjoy them. All right, guys. And if you want to wish Ada a happy birthday, okay, or for me to buy something I might need, y'all know where to go to, right? Thank you, guys. I listen. I love you dearly. I love you guys. I love you. Be safe wherever you at, please.